food always look good with backlight because it gives texture or it gives shape to the food. Hello and welcome. My name is Ibrahim. I'm a food and product photographer at Spinthiras Media. I'm going to explain the creative images from a personal photo series, that is 26 typo, in the upcoming video series. If you have not checked these images, I would really appreciate if you go to Instagram and check these images. I will put the link in the description. As a lot of you have asked me that what all goes behind these images, and it's not possible for me to do a video shoot on the day of the actual photo shoot, and it gets very hectic. So I'm going to try to explain these images in as many detail as I can. So the video will be divided into three segments: pre-shoot, on the shoot, and post-production. In the pre-shoot, we are going to understand what alphabet we are shooting, what color of alphabet, what is the thing we are shooting, so dish or drink or whatever we are shooting, and the concept behind it. On the day of shoot, we are going to understand the angles, the lights, and the light source. So the final step is doing the post-production, what we have done in Lightroom and Photoshop. So without any further ado, let's get on with it. So let's continue the series. Today we are shooting the alphabet W, and we are shooting a pink color. So we are shooting a waffle. And when I thought of this shot, I wanted to shoot a real environment, in an environment where you actually expect a waffle to be kept, and a time also which waffle is being consumed. So let's say a morning or an early morning setup. I wanted this shot to have natural light feeling, though I could create that natural light with my strobes, but I decided to shoot with actual sunlight or daylight. Fortunately, in my house, we get a very soft, because there is no direct light, but there is a huge wall in front of our window, where there is sunlight comes and then it reflects back to my windows. So what you are looking right now, okay, is that window which has this soft sunlight which is coming in the setup. So this is the setup. This is a completely makeshift setup, which we have created for that day, for particularly this shot. So lighting wise, it is pretty simple shot, but let me explain the lighting first. Okay, let's understand the lighting now. So as we can see, the sun, okay, is somewhere in front of, so in next to my building, somewhere on top. Okay, this is the wall. I'm just trying to explain that this is the wall of that house which is next to my house, and the sunlight is coming and reflecting back from that white wall to the windows of my house or to my corridor. And this is the window which has that light. Okay, this is my subject, and what I have done is I have put a giant reflector, okay, next to the subject to fill up all the shadow. It's not here in this particular shot, but in this shot I have put the reflector right next to it, and it's so close that it is just not in the frame, it is just clearing the camera, but it is right there. So it also gives back all the light, so we don't have too much of shadow, or it does not get really shadowy. Because whenever I shoot from a backlight. Food always look good with backlight because it gives texture, or it gives shape to the food. So always understand that it is important to have backlight. I'm not saying it's compulsory, but it's good to have backlight with your food. So as you can see that there is a backlight which is sunlight, daylight, or natural source. and there is a reflector right next to it. And other than that, it is more of styling, okay, which is done by Bijal. Let's see how we have style or taken the shot. I have taken extra shot just in case if I have to replace something, because there was a lot of thing which was happening. So I took that image. I have taken a lot of images. I'm just showing you the selective images. Now it's important to have a particular angle in this. Why again I chose vertical shot is because I want to show how tall, or how I wanted to show the environment, and a tall environment I wanted to show. That is why the particular angle. I have not discussed this in many of my image processing, but I always shoot with this composition style. It is called golden ratio, if I'm not wrong. It lets your eye travel from this particular point to this particular point, then going towards this side. So I if you see most of my images, I always mostly use this composition. It helps me create or divert the eyes of my viewer to my subject. So always make sure that you use some kind of composition, because it's important to use composition in your shots. So with that said, I have put I have only one light. The angle is set, and this is a soft light setup. There's no harsh light, so it's a pretty simple shot. After that, I have, after doing a little bit in Lightroom, I have taken it to Photoshop. In Photoshop, I know that the waffle is in red color, and I wanted to make it pink. So that is what I have done. First is the cleaning layer, as always. I always get the cleaning layer to make it look pretty. I got the colors in this. Let me show you what I've done here. This is the strawberries on the right, getting them the right color. The strawberry, the color for waffle, the color for front waffle. I could have color both the waffle in single layer, but I've not done that, just for a reason that the lighting on this waffle and the front waffle is different. So you have to make sure that you color them also differently, because there is a little bit difference and you don't want them to look different in color. This is my style of getting the light on correct direction. So I always darken the phases so it gives a directional light. Okay, you see I have darkened them a little bit more to get a shape of light which is coming through. So I want to show that the light is just coming through the window, and the window is tiny, and there is a reflection, there is a direction to the whole light. I have burnt this area just to make sure that it looks like it's coming from that side. Okay, and this is, obviously I was not really happy with the complete burn part, so I have reduced it just a little to make sure that it looks perfect. Okay, before I give you the final image, if you like my content, please press the like button, share and subscribe our images and our content. Please put the notification bell on so you don't miss our upcoming video. Thank you so much.